All right, welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are reviewing the much anticipated Dark Phoenix. Is that what it's called? Just Dark Phoenix? Right?
XMen Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, something like that. X2 Dark Phoenix. Much awaited. Keith has never seen this movie. And I didn't really want to see it. But I
thought you did.
Did I want to see it?
I thought you did.
I probably could have watched it in the last 3 years, but I don't think I wanted to see it.
That's fair.
I think that's where I stand. Again, just like today, I thought it was a trilogy. So, but I forgot about Apocalypse today. But I think the last time I didn't think about Dark Phoenix. So I was just like, I've seen them all. And then Apocalypse, everything returned back to normal. Got it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeeze. But Wolverine got out. Easy.
Yeah, this is the only one of the movies that he's not in.
Yeah, he wasn't in it. I was expecting that little cameo.
Yeah.
Didn't see that. Yeah. They didn't do any cameos in this movie either.
Nope.
They should have.
They could have.
I thought I was going to see Jubilee. I ain't
The
gonna
only
lie.
well,
At the end.
the only cameo that it's one of my likes, but it's not a big one. We'll get there.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I was like, oh, what is
it? We'll get there.
No facts.
Yeah, that's not a big one or anything.
I was like, okay, keep going. But yeah, you're right.
You gotta earn it.
Yeah, that's fair. You gotta stick around, guys.
That's right.
It's huge. It's huge. As some will say.
Huge.
As some people who've been raided would say. Anyway. So yeah, Dark Phoenix. Today, we're pouring one out for the dead homies.
If they're blue.
If they're blue. We are drinking.
Tobias, this one's for you.
Same. Yeah. He's an analyst and a therapist, by the way.
First ever. It's pronounced an alrapist.
An alrapist. Same.
I wasn't really worried about the pronunciation.
Every time I just want to keep watching that over, and then I get to the fourth season, I'm like, okay, fourth season's not terrible since they made changes.
Yeah.
The fifth season, everybody looks weird.
The fourth and fifth season aren't terrible.
They're not,
but they're never going to match up to the first three.
Facts.
Those
facts.
First three seasons are on. You
Gold.
can't.
Yeah.
Unimpeachable.
I agree.
Can't be impeached.
I think the first 2, 3, it's good, but it was going downhill a little bit.
I enjoyed it all.
No,
I enjoyed it all.
Same. Tell your friends, please.
Please tell your friends about this show.
Someone's gonna die. It's the old racist lady.
It's the old racist lady. She choked on Buster's thumb.
Yeah.
It's Ethel Beavers in her prime. She looks the fucking same as she did in Parks and Rec. That was like easily 10 years apart.
I agree. Yeah. So, but I like the fourth one though. Hope that I get his rocks off.
God.
Who are you here to see? A little girl.
My daughter. Your daughter? Maybe. Yeah, and they fucking arrest him. Hilarious.
I was telling my fiance that I used to love. Well, I shouldn't have, and it wasn't a comedy. I used to love Dateline.
That's To Catch a Predator.
Oh, To Catch a Predator, my favorite pastime.
What are you doing in here with some Seagram's Escapes coming to this house?
I totally did. I was like, the best episodes were the one where they're like, oh, they're like, are you her dad? He's like, no, sit down. Who are you? It's like, sit down, we gotta talk. Okay. Are these your chats? Yeah. Listen, I was coming here to protect her because I knew she was going to be alone. So I was coming here to make sure that nobody else was going to be whatever. Well, why do you have the beer? This is mine. I wasn't going to let her. She's underage. I wasn't going to let her drink it, obviously. So
It's a stakeout.
What's in your pocket? Did you bring the condoms you said you're gonna bring? I was trying to. She needs to be safe out here. I was like, sir, your excuses are terrible. And it wasn't just one person; it was all of them. Then there was one guy. Oh my god, this dude got caught like 4 times in the same thing.
What?
He had cerebral palsy too, and so he, because he had the crutches, and they were just like, he was just like, what are you doing? Like the guy, like what's his name? I was like, what are you doing?
Repeat customer.
He's like, I don't know. I think it's because I'm sick. And I was like, this guy, he tried to use it.
Tried to play the card.
They tackled the shit out of him.
Oh, did he try to run?
No, he couldn't. He's like, be careful, be
Why'd
careful.
they tackle him?
Because
I guess
he's a pedophile.
Fair. Yeah.
He's like, wait,
You're right.
I have. They did not give a shit.
I have, and then they're already on him.
Give me this goddamn arm.
Went down in slow mo. Ooh.
Yep. I loved it. And then there was one where
with his own crutches too. Did they?
And then
is it like in Arrested Development, all that when the guy goes down and then the last cop runs in and just fucking cranks him.
Yes, exactly.
And then they go to commercial.
Yep.
That's an act break.
Or that, yeah. And then there's one where they know who the guy is. They know what's his name? Brian something or David? I don't fucking know. How to Catch a Predator guy. And he goes, hey, I know you from TV. He's like, yeah. Do you know what from?
You're on it. Yeah.
You, To Catch a Predator. And then as the realization comes in, they go, shit. He goes, so let's talk. First off. And then there was one guy. He was like, hey, I know you. You're the so-and-so guy from Catch a Predator. He's like, I'm on the show? Oh, this is great. Is it? Yeah. Like, he was excited. He was like, I watch your show. I'm such a huge fan. And he's like, but you're a pedophile. He's like, yeah, but I like your show. Chris, you gotta watch it. I told Lydia, I was like, here's the.
I've seen some, but
they're not supposed to be funny. They are hilarious. I understand that they're not supposed to be funny, but they're funny. If they came on Netflix, I'd spend a day.
Just like a super cut.
I'd spend a day.
Just like the door opening and then him be like, how's it going?
I'd spend the entire day. The entire day. Because they get taken down.
Oh, yeah.
They go to jail. It feels good.
Except and then the guy gets caught like 4 times, apparently.
Well, because apparently the charges don't stick necessarily because it's a setup. Yeah. But they do. If they have a good enough lawyer, they usually get off. But usually they just go, hey, I'll plead to whatever. So that's how they get them.
Like they end up with like their face and name on national television.
Yep.
Like, hey, this dude's a diddler.
Yep, exactly.
They're like, hey, attempted.
Mm-hmm. The one guy
allegedly.
He right. Exactly. There's one guy, he knew what was coming from. He's like, I know what's out there. He's like, you can leave. He's like, I'm not leaving. I know what's out there. He's like, I watched the show. He's like, you gotta go. He's like, no, they can't arrest me in here, so I'm gonna stay right here.
Chris Hansen just take his jacket off and beat the shit out of himself.
I was hoping so.
He's like,
loved it.
Now you gotta deal with me. He pulls out like a baseball bat or something.
And my fiance had never seen it, so she goes, oh my, how do they protect the kids? I'm like, no. It's an adult it's a woman who looks like a child. And I was like,
I know what you're thinking. How do they protect the kids? We don't let them in.
Exactly.
Check your lease, buddy.
And then the crazy thing, like in most of them, like one of them, she opened the door, and then he was like, "Oh, hey, come give me a hug," and he started chasing her, and so she had to hurry up and get behind the thing so Chris Hansen can come out. And I was just like, "Bruh."
I just want to see one where like Mike Tyson fucking steps out.
It would be
with
great.
Gloves on and everything, and just like, you know what
time
what's coming.
You know what time it is.
He just steps out and here, ding.
Jared Leto steps out. It's Morbid time.
Oh fuck, God. And then I hope Mike Tyson will come out and beat his ass too.
I love it.
You know, like, this is Mike Tyson.
Michael Jackson.
This is Michael Jackson.
Tito.
Calling from Wonderland. You mean Neverland? This is Tito. Pick up.
Okay, that's enough of that. We'll be right back with some X-Men, actually. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers, need some likes. All right, welcome back. We are going to go with the cast of X-Men Dark Phoenix with Chris.
All right. So, we've got James McAvoy returning as Professor Charles Xavier. Michael Fassbender also returning as Magneto. Jennifer Lawrence returning as Mystique. Nicholas Hoult returning as the Beast. Sophie Turner returning as Jean Grey / the Phoenix. Ty Sheridan returning as Scott / Cyclops. Alexandra Shipp returning as Storm. Evan Peters returning as Quicksilver. Cody Smith McPhee returning as Nightcrawler. And then we have Jessica Chastain as Vuk. Yeah, you heard that right. Scott Shepard as John Gray, Jean's father. I hope I don't butcher your name, sir. Ato Asando as Jones. He was an alien. Brian Darcy James as the President of the United States. Halston Sage as Dazzler. Lamar Johnson as Match. Summer Fontana as Young Jean Grey. Hannah Emily Anderson as Elaine Gray, Jean's mother. And that's it. Wait, no. There's a couple more, sorry. Dinner party guest. No, that's not it. Andrew Stalin as Ariki and Kota Eberhardt as Celine Gallio. Now that's it. There's a bunch of cops and robbers and helicopter pilots and
They all died.
doctors and NYPDs.
No famous cameos.
No.
Okay.
So that's it for the cast of Dark Phoenix. I'll throw it over to
Easy.
Keith for the P-lot.
Okay. The plot of this story. So after the events of X-Men First Class, which they mentioned, it was weird. I was like, okay. We're the last of them. First Class. Fuck off. I thought that was dumb. I didn't write it down, but I'm speaking about it now.
I did too.
Dumb. But First Class, then we did Days of Future Past, then we did Apocalypse, and then we did this Dark Phoenix. So, Jean Grey, who is a powerful mutant, is she's not really a teenager anymore, though, I guess, because it's 92. So let's say she's in her 20s, so she's a young adult. The X-Men are out and proud. They are actually being called in they're being called in to save humans. They have cheering sections. People do a little bit of blackface with blue face.
There it is. Yeah, they weren't cheering for Storm when they were
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
whole different movie.
Whole different movie. That's Tropic Thunder. But yeah, so the X-Men are out there, whatever, and they go save some people on a launch into space, the Endeavor. And then NASA loses all contact with them, so they call the X-Men. And they go out into space after talking about that they wouldn't make it, but they made it just fine, which was weird as well. They go to space. They save some people. But Jean Grey ends up getting... There's some kind of cosmic entity that the space shuttle got caught in, and now Jean Grey is caught in it, but instead of killing her, she absorbed it somehow, and she's safe, and she's back on Earth, and she's ready to go at all times. That's the gist I got. I was like, wow, okay. You can just come out and say it if you want. And then they have to deal with the Phoenix Force. The Dark Phoenix, I guess. And that's pretty much the movie. I mean, it's the XMen. You know how it is in these comic book movies. They gotta fight their own people. You gotta pick sides. This is Civil War. X-Men, Civil War. It's the same thing. So, right? I mean, that's it. Right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Did I miss anything as far as a plot?
Did you talk about the aliens?
Oh, yeah. Some fucking aliens come from out of nowhere. And they want to steal the power back. Because it destroyed their world. And so they inhabit Jessica Chastain, whoever that is. And they try to find the Dark Phoenix. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else?
No.
Okay. With that being said, let's get to some likes.
Let's do it.
I'll let you go first.
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing I wrote down is the cameo I was talking about. Dazzler.
Which one was Dazzler?
When they were having their little party out in the woods to celebrate, she was singing. She had like the blue eye makeup on. There's a lot of like fireworks and shit going off around her. Old X-Men character, like old throwback character. She was in the old X-Men arcade game. You've ever played that one? She didn't look like that, but that was her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a cool character to throw in there because it could have been Jubilee because their powers are really, really similar. But
should have been.
You know, we're never gonna get fucking Jubilee in something.
Not like proper.
Not like, at least not in these. We never did. We saw her. She either looked great and did nothing, or we didn't see her at all.
We ain't never gonna see her.
Yeah, like she either looked just like she should have with the yellow coat and pink glasses, or she just, or she was not in the movie.
That was Days of Future Past.
I think she was in that,
or Apocalypse.
She was even in the original trilogy. Like I think in 2 and 3 she was in there.
But did she didn't look as good though.
I think she had the I think she had the jacket and the glasses, but she didn't do a damn thing. Because you knew who she was, and they're like, "Oh, Jubilee, get me that piece of shit off my desk or something," and then she left the movie. But yeah, I thought it was a cool thing to throw in there. They could have done more if they wanted to, more characters. But
more.
Yes,
could never be enough. All right,
but that was my first one. Quick little throwaway one.
Charles, my first like. I like Charles in this.
Excellent.
For a lot of different reasons, actually.
Same.
But at the very beginning, I mean, honestly, James McAvoy is actually a really good actor. I like him. So, he's good. I mean, that's it. Him and Michael Fassbender, they're both talented and amazing.
They both, I mean, I don't know if it matters to say it since they're like the stars of this quadrilogy, but like they carry this quadrilogy easily.
Fact. Well,
don't. Okay, go ahead.
I won't.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Go say it.
No, it's okay.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
I feel like you really want to say it. No.
I kind of want to say it. There's 3 people who carry this trilogy. Her name's Mystique. Say she not her slave name, her real name, Mystique. Charles.
Well,
back to Charles.
Yeah, let's get back to something that makes me happy. No, I agree. Yeah, Charles
makes
is
me feel good.
Ooh, it makes me happy. I like the other one better.
That's fair. I thought he was great in the beginning when he was talking to young Jean Grey as a kid. Oh, I didn't say that about the plot. She killed her parents, by the way.
By accident. She killed her mother.
Well, we didn't know at the beginning.
Yeah.
She killed them both, as far as I knew. I had no idea. It was a twisty twist. And, yeah, I was just like, oh, yeah, he's definitely dead. Like, why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be?
I remember seeing his hand move.
His face was moving.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, he's definitely dead.
He died later.
Because then they zoomed in on the mom's eyes.
To
And I
be
was
fair,
like,
he did die later.
oh, yeah, he definitely died later.
Yeah.
Facts. But Charles then, even Charles as arrogant as he is, that's the thing though. I thought about that. In the original trilogy, at one point he was super arrogant too. The third one. And it was with Jean Grey. That's why he ended up dying. So he was, because somebody was like, oh, you gotta help her. He's like, I don't have to do a damn thing or something, he says. I think he yells at like Wolverine or something. And I'm like, this is weird. But it makes sense. It makes sense now, at least, and then it made sense then too. But I liked his whole little arc and from the ending to the beginning. But again, I think he's just a talented actor, so it made me believe. And he's looking like Patrick Stewart more and more each day. Come on, shave that head. I love it.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah, he needs to come back.
My for Charles was that he isn't perfect.
No, facts. He never has been.
Yeah, exactly. He never has been. He likes to present himself as such, and he might even. I don't think he thinks of himself as such, but he likes people. Seems to like other people to think that he might be, because he had a direct line to the president.
He did.
He had his fucking X phone. He was at like a presidential banquet with rubbing elbows with all kinds of people and shit. He's like, I have to go. Something's happened. I have to go.
A force.
And he felt the disturbance. And he had the school. The mutants were finally looking good in the public eye. So he was rolling high in his little chair. And then, everything turned out with Jean. Everyone's like, oh, Charles, you done fucked up.
You done fucked up.
And he's like, well, I did what I thought was right.
Yeah.
And everyone gave him a world of shit. And then...
So do you think he was right or wrong?
I think he did what he thought was... I mean, obviously he did what he thought was right.
Right.
I think he tried to do a good thing, did it the wrong way. So wrong. And obviously had negative... Obviously the backlash of it came back on everybody.
I think as somebody, speaking of him, I think as somebody who hasn't lost a lot, he didn't know how to deal with grief. And I think he, in the original trilogy, I think it was the same. Every time he had to deal with grief, he was very weird. He was weird about it. And I think he didn't know how to deal with grief with Jean. So he was just like, just put up walls and block it out. That's unhealthy, guys.
Yeah.
As somebody who's been therapized, it's unhealthy, okay?
There you go.
One session.
Speaking from experience.
Curse is broken.
That's more than I've had.
That's what I told my fiance the other day. I was like, listen, don't yell at me. I go to therapy, okay? I tried to use it. She was like, shut up. I was like, listen, I'm fragile.
Be nice to me.
Yeah. Talk nice to me. Shit. But yeah, I agree with your assessment, though.
Yeah, I like Charles. Also, I like James McAvoy. I liked him. I feel like I didn't like him as much in the first one.
Interesting.
But I definitely liked him more and more, I think, as these movies went on.
That's fair. I've definitely liked him more and more, but I liked him in the first one too, though.
Like I think maybe I didn't. Not that I disliked him. Or I shouldn't say that I don't remember whether I disliked him. I don't think I did. But I definitely liked him more in this one compared to how much I liked him in the first one.
That's fair. And I think in the first one he wasn't Charles Xavier.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, because like he wasn't Charles. He wasn't bald. He wasn't in the chair.
He was walking.
He was walking
already.
And
He came in there standing on those 2 legs.
Like he's special.
Walking around.
Just
Have you ever seen
he
that?
owned the place.
You don't like Talladega Nights, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't for sure. I thought you said you didn't like it. But yeah, okay. That's a good one.
I hate Will Ferrell.
But
But I like
Stop
Talladega
it.
Nights.
Stop it.
But I like Talladega Nights.
Stop it.
Also,
By the way, go ahead.
Also, Step Brothers. I like that one.
Leave me alone. It's okay. I get it. A little get back. I got it. I saw that a mutual friend of ours' wife tagged the person we're talking about's wife. They're not married.
Mm-hmm.
They have kids. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was like, oh, they're friends? I was like,
Yes.
I ain't like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk to her. She seems better than that. To be fair.
Same.
I like her. She's cool.
Yeah.
I don't like her though.
Yeah.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
Either way.
Not one of my favorites.
Not even close.
No.
Either way. So Charles was my first like.
Nice. Okay. My next one. Nightcrawler goes ape shit.
Nightcrawler was the last thing I wrote because of the last scene he was in. I loved it.
It was the fucking White House all over again for X2.
You literally said that out
Honestly.
loud. I was like, damn.
Yeah, cause
And this was before he went off though.
yeah, because like they had the collar on him, they had his tail shackled up. You were like, yeah,
Hilarious.
David tied his tail up. And I was like,
I was like, cute.
he
Look at
almost
this.
killed the president with it in the first movie he was in.
Well, I guess that's fair.
But yeah, like in the only movie he really like fought somebody in was Apocalypse. And when he fought Archangel. And he didn't really fight him. He just kind of like jumped him around until he got him in the cage. And he was like, fucking him out. I didn't have to touch you. Didn't have to do anything to you. Idiot. This is Nightcrawler, by the way. And then he's like, I'm done. And this movie, no, he went off.
We did.
They were killing people all around him. And he's like, fucking teleported over somebody, grabbed like I don't know what it was, a spike or his sharp pointy stick or some shit, because he grabbed the knife later, I think.
Yeah, he grabbed a knife when he was chopping
when he went
up
after
old
Jessica. Yeah, but he had like just something pointy, and he was just teleporting around, just fucking sticking everybody, stabbing them all. He put his tail through that one dude's fucking neck.
He did.
With his sweep.
That was sweet.
And then he grabbed that one bitch, the one dude who's like, my son used to be a fan of yours, and he was like,
he's still a fan.
yeah,
He
like
was right.
Like your kid's right. Like he can still be. We're still cool.
We're
man.
pretty good.
That dude shot her up, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," and he fucking teleports her in front of the train that they're on.
Well, because the guy died.
Yeah, because the dude died.
I didn't know he died.
I didn't see what she did to him.
I didn't either.
But
he was like, "Please don't die." I was like, "That's not how it works." Kid.
and then like blood started coming out of it, like filling his mouth, and he was like, "Oh, that dude's dead." And he's like, "Look back." Teleported, grabbed that bitch, teleported in front of the train, looked at her, teleported away, or teleported her somewhere, you didn't see where, looked at her, and got out of the way, and then you just, the camera turns, and you see the fucking train coming at her. You know she did.
It was a good time.
That was awesome.
They're not coming back in Dark Phoenix 2.
That was awesome. I thought that was really
It was
fucking cool.
a good time. And it kind of felt like the way it felt like the White House scene. I was like, oh shit.
Because you don't fuck with Nightcrawler.
Yeah. He's underrated.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Because like his character, not in this movie, but in X2, he is, I forget if he's Catholic or just like Christian.
Oh, he's definitely Catholic.
But in like the comics, like he is a religious character. In the old fucking 90s cartoon, he was a religious character. Because his intro episode, he's like living with a bunch of monks somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they accepted him. And because they were Jesus-y.
Yeah, fair.
And, you know, that's like his deal. But don't cross me. I love you guys. Don't cross me.
Don't cross me.
Thou shalt not piss me off. That secret 11th commandment that they say for Nightcrawler. Because he'll teleport you in front of a moving fucking train. Awesome.
All right, my next selection. I wrote this down. I'm going to give you two. Because this one is not really like, it's just more commentary. So right after Jean kills her parents, and then they go to space. Mm-hmm. I heard this movie was terrible. I forgot to tell you guys that. I heard this movie was terrible from everybody, not just anybody, but just everybody said it's terrible. I had no interest in seeing this movie. But I was like, okay, yeah, let's watch it for the show, for the Slushie review. So I wrote down, so far so good. Right after the space thing, I was like, no, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this. Mm-hmm. Now we'll see where I end up at. I have some dislikes. Mm-hmm. But at that point, I was like, this isn't that bad, guys. I mean, it's not Annihilation. You know what I mean? Like, but it's pretty good. So that was my commentary.
Okay.
But my next like, I don't like it. How can I say this? You're gonna like my for the reason why you like it. I like it from a storytelling point of view because I can't believe they did it. Mystique died. Mm-hmm. I was surprised, but I kind of figured it out.
I forgot about it because I've only seen this movie once before, and it was at least a couple years ago.
That's fair. So her whole character in the first 20 minutes of the movie before she dies felt off to me. Mm. And I was like, I don't like her. I don't like what she seems.
We never did.
Fair. It never was.
Yeah. This Mystique at least.
Yeah. It's fair. I didn't necessarily like her, but she's part of the team. Yeah, you gotta deal with the weakest link and shit like that, whatever. So, but this movie, I was like, something's off, and I'm kind of feeling because she wasn't as confident as she has always been, for the most part, confident because Jean Grey read her mind. Well, she said she didn't, but obviously she did. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "You don't really want to go." She was like, "I thought reading minds were forbidden." First off, I'm not. I'm going to read your. If I can read minds, I'm reading some minds. Just because you tell me not to, I'm sorry. I'm going to violate it. I'm going to violate your mind. I'm not a good person. That's okay.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Same. I'm not a good person. I don't pretend to be. It's just I'm poor. I'm not in power. And I don't have any money. I already said poor. 2 times over, I'm poor. That's why I'm a good person. Because of the attributes and the way I live my life. If I was powerful, I'd be terrible.
Fair.
I'd vote for Trump. I know I would.
Okay.
I would be terrible.
I don't think you would have.
If I had like $1 billion, I'd vote for Trump.
I don't think you would have.
If I won that lottery, 2024, give me the hat. I gotta get those tax breaks, baby. That's all about the money, baby. I made money the old-fashioned way.
I got run over by a Lexus.
I voted for Trump.
Yeah, because that's what people. No, that's what people think's gonna happen.
That's fair.
They think I'm gonna vote for this guy. He's gonna make me rich. Fuck no, he ain't.
Facts. He's gonna get me in jail like everybody else. But yeah,
with him
again, Sam. Hopefully, washboard abs. But no. So anyway, back to Mystique. Yeah. So I just her character was off. Then she talked about quitting. She was quietly quitting or something, and. Sorry. And so I was just like, And when she pushed her away, I saw the blood on her shoulder. I was like, that makes sense. I was like, I get it. I was surprised they did it. But she's not the best actress. And I think you could see it in the beginning of the movie. She didn't want to do this movie. And I think that's why they killed her. So saw it coming, kind of liked it. I like the storytelling aspect of it. But yeah, she gone.
Yep.
I know you probably liked it, but you know.
I didn't write it down.
No.
I enjoyed it.
I know you did.
I didn't write it down.
That's fair. You did stand up and clap for like 5 minutes. I had to pause it. No.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward. In the theater. that was the living room that I watched it in.
Facts. They gave me time to go to the bathroom, guys. That's cool.
I also clap when the plane lands.
What about the helicopter didn't land?
No, I don't fucking do that. That's stupid. I don't clap when my food comes to the table in a restaurant either.
I was about to say something wild. Let me stop. Oh, there you go. Your next.
My next like.
Ooh.
What?
We were just talking about the Germans.
We'll get it. We'll get it in post. My next like is the whole train fight scene in general.
Oh, yeah.
Because the aliens are coming, and of course the people with guns are like, let them stop this. Let them take this one. Come and get it.
And they came and got it.
They came and got it. They were shooting them up, and they were just like taking it, and then some of them were just like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Get a bigger gun, and we'll see what happens. But
that 50 cal was taking them out.
Yeah, it was.
Why do you have a 50 cal inside of a train? But that's neither here nor there.
Because they're mutants, I guess. I don't know. Anywho, Nightcrawler was part of it. But like everyone just went off. Beast was finally kicking some ass. Beast was finally kicking some ass. Cyclops was fucking lasering people. Storm was fucking lighting up the roof of the train with lightning, and then she blew them all away. Forgot to say away again. She like blizzarded all those motherfuckers toward the back of the train, and then not the best part. Nightcrawler was the best part. Yeah. Second best part. Magneto, which is like crushes the whole fucking train car that they're in, and literally turns his back and just like flicks his wrist and tosses it away like it's a piece of fucking trash.
It was at that point.
It was awesome.
It was great.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I had a question. No, we'll say that for later. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that was pretty much it.
I'll save it for later.
Okay.
Later on, not more. When I get to my dislikes.
But that was pretty much it.
Okay, my next like. Beast looks good. I thought he looked the best in this movie.
Okay.
As far as like the way he looks. Mm-hmm. I thought in First Class he looked terrible.
First Class, they made him look really different, and they just decided to not stick with that.
Yeah, they were like, no, that looks dumb.
They made it more like cat-like.
Yeah.
In the face. And then at some point they were like, nah. Because I kind of liked it. Like when we watched it, I think I remember liking it because it looked different. He looked distinct compared to Kelsey Grammer's Beast, which was fine. Like Kelsey Grammer's Beast looked great to me. Right. And then this one, we're like, oh, let's do him a little different. And then the next one, we're like, no, let's make him more like Kelsey Grammer.
Exactly.
But also, let's make him change back and forth anytime we want, but mostly keep him just looking like the dude with glasses.
Yeah, that didn't bother me, but that's not a thing, right?
It bothered me.
Okay. But it's not a thing, is it?
What?
That he can change back and forth like that?
To my knowledge, no.
Oh, okay.
There may be an instance, but I'm pretty sure Beast is just a fucking blue dude.
Yeah, the way he did it, I was like... I was like, okay, well... Here's the thing. I'm not a comic reader. We know this. I've said this a million times. Does it look good? Because if it does, I like it.
That's fair.
Like She-Hulk. I know nothing about She-Hulk. That first episode, 10.
Yep.
10 out of
Looking
10.
forward to another one tomorrow.
Oh, can't wait. Wait, is that tonight?
Or today, since it's now Thursday.
What? Oh, it's out right now. Well, hello. We'll be back.
See you in about 33 minutes.
Yeah, no. Ooh, actually, you might watch that tonight. But yeah, I thought he looked the best in this movie, though.
Okay.
I thought he did look better, like Kelsey Grammer. But and I also think it's probably because he's older now. Because First Class came out in 2011 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's been like 8 years. Like he's a grown man now, and so I think he looks different too.
Yeah.
And I think that helped. I think that helped everybody in this movie, honestly, except for Mystique. I thought she still looked terrible. She has never looked good in any of these movies. Like, now, here's the thing. Maybe I'm a misogynist. She wears way too many clothes in this, and like Mystique. I know it sounds terrible. I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, Keith, the first Mystique that we saw in a movie didn't.
She didn't wear any clothes
Unless she was transformed into somebody. She was just
she was just walking around
blue
in the stark naked.
Tony.
As I said. Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. And she also is heard too much.
Yes.
Like you said that about the poster or the cover, the movie cover.
Gonna come up later.
Okay, fair. So let's leave that for that.
Okay.
So that's my like.
Okay.
Beast looks good.
Okay. My next one, Charles and Eric playing chess.
Yeah, that was cute.
I like it.
I like that.
It happened at the very end of the movie.
Mm.
He was like, pick a hand, and he picked his piece, and then we did it to choose slushies.
Same.
So we kept it alive. But I don't know. I like it because they did it in. I think it was First Class. They played chess.
They played chess in all of them. I think.
Did they?
They played it in First Class. Then they played it on the plane after they saved them in Days of Future Past. Mm. But Apocalypse, I don't think they played chess.
No, because he was busy. Because he was busy being a horseman. But yeah, like they did it in those two movies. They did it in the original trilogy. It came up. Well, I don't think it came up in the first XMen. No, it did. At the end. At the end of the first one. And then during the second one, and then at the end of the third one, when Magneto was alone. But like, I liked it that they got to play a little chess for old time's sake. And Charles was like, "Don't go easy on me," or no. Magneto's like, "I'll go easy on you," and Charles was like, "No, you won't. No, you won't." And he didn't. He didn't.
Same.
But that was my next leg.
I liked Jean flying. I don't know what every time she took off, I was like, I like it. I was intrigued because in the cartoons, Jean can fly. Mm-hmm. In the original trilogy, she didn't fly. No. She didn't fly once.
No.
But in this one, she was taking off.
You couldn't keep her down in this one.
Same. She was taking off like Superman, and I loved it. She was just like, I'm out of here. No one stays good in this world, Lois. Like just, boom. And I'm like, oh man, I love it. And if she would have made the little sound barrier sound, I just, I would have 10 out of 10. That's it. Okay. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put it together. Jean flying was great. How powerful she is, I love it. Mm-hmm. Love every minute of her powers. I love everything that she does. She's a beast. She can be fucked with, obviously. And I wish they would have showed her come back as a ghost. Because didn't she do that in the cartoons? She comes back as like a little entity or whatever.
I don't remember.
Man, you watch the cartoon?
I did. I don't remember it though.
I could swear but I also thought Charles was a ghost too at some point.
I'm pretty sure they did the Dark Phoenix thing in like 2 episodes. Granted, they did most of the things in like 2 episodes or like 2 or 3.
Apparently, they did in the first fucking season. I don't know what else there is.
It was pretty. It was. I want to say like season 2 or 3 maybe that they did it. I think.
Because she dies, right? So I thought this is what I remember.
I don't think anybody died on that show. To be fair, like died. I don't know if anybody actually died. Now that I'm remembering.
That's fair.
Because Charles was like dying in the final episode, and they took his ass to space.
To do what?
To like take him to the Shi'ar aliens like took him to their planet so that their advanced healing, medical, whatever could hopefully save his life.
When it comes back as James McAvoy,
he does not come back.
Oh,
because it's the final episode of the series, and in the new one that they're coming out with, Magneto is going to be the leader of the X-Men. With Charles gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When does that come out?
Like next year. Or the following year.
Oh, speaking of, did you see they pushed back Shazam and what was the other one?
Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
I did. I don't care. I shouldn't say I don't care. I'm not surprised. Because Warner Brothers can't keep
Is it because of old day?
Because of Ezra Miller?
Yeah.
That didn't get pushed.
I thought it did too. Not today. Today that came out. The Aquaman 2 thing came out today or yesterday. But I thought Flash got pushed back
did
like
it?
a couple weeks ago.
Warner Brothers can't keep their shit
because they had to reshoot. Because
no, I thought I read something saying that the Flash everything is going on considered with Ezra Miller like receiving.
Yeah, that was like a month ago. But I thought like 2 weeks ago they were like, oh, they're reshooting the Michael Keaton Batman scenes. Was that not the Flash? Or it might have been Aquaman 2, or it might have been Shazam. Or it was somebody reshoot because Ben Affleck's back.
Yeah,
so they're reshooting.
I think it was Aquaman. They're adding him too. They're adding Ben Affleck too.
Yeah, but that was like a surprise. Like nobody knew, but
the internet found out, so they found out.
Yeah. Because you saw that video, right? Of the whole Ben Affleck thing.
I think so. I think I saw it because of you on Twitter. Yeah.
They were touring the lot and they saw Ben Affleck and fucking Jason Momoa together. And they're like, well, so Jason Momoa pulls out his phone. He's like, well, I guess it's not a secret anymore. And then the next day they put it on like Instagram and stuff, Warner Brothers. And I was like, well, that's what you get. But then like a week after that, they were like reshooting Michael Keaton scenes. And I was like, oh.
And then they were like, well, cancel half the shit we got planned.
And still no Batman movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cancel half the animated shit we got planned. Cancel half the other shit that we got planned.
Yeah.
Apparently, this little segment's going to go off the rails.
No,
apparently, according to some people on the internets, Warner Brothers is like ditching a lot of the programming that they had planned coming up that was considered to be inclusive, and is like supposedly focusing on young white males as like the demographic, and like just cutting all the other shit.
You know what they're trying to do. If that's true, you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to take all the Marvel people, the ones that are mad. To be fair, as a capitalist mindset, it's a great strategy. Mm-hmm. Because young white males are pissed that literally, did you see that thing I posted? It was like, oh, these are all the characters I hate for no reason.
Yep, and it was all the women.
It was all the women. Literally, if you go in the comments of the original post, the first comment was like, it shouldn't be called, what would he say? Not Marvel.
Is it the MCU?
Yeah, the MCU. That's what it is. It should be called the MCU. I was like, there are infinitely more men in the MCU.
Yeah, like, there's only been like 2 female-led movies, right?
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Actually, 3. 2 Asian leads, and then Captain Marvel. And the 2 Asian leads was the Eternal and Black Widow. So. I set that up, baby.
Classic.
I set that up.
Megan read me a thing today. Some article, probably from some piece of shit website like CBR or fucking Screen Rant or something. Or, was like, here's the top 10 worst MCU series episodes.
Okay.
It was, I don't remember the order, but it included the What If Captain Carter.
Of course.
What If Killmonger saves Tony Stark. What If the Party Thor episode. The first episode of WandaVision. Okay, that's 4. Guess what the next 6 were?
Oh, Miss Marvel?
Every episode of Miss Marvel.
The
next 6 was every fucking episode.
How did you not like that show?
Megan read them all to me, and after the fact, I was like, wait a minute, there were only 6 episodes of Miss Marvel.
That's
she was
hilarious.
Like, yes, there were, and I was like, they're all on that fucking list.
That's hilarious.
Nothing on that list had an IMDb, and they gave like the whatever it was, like IMDb or whatever the fucking score ratings. None of them had a rating below a 7, if I recall. But due to the rating system that was being used, they were called the worst episodes, and they gave their stupid reasons. And
it's like that guy I was arguing with today. You're not seeing beyond what you want to see. You don't want to see that. This guy I was arguing with today, guys. You don't want to see past actual racism, so you make up racism against yourself. You think people are being racist towards you as a white male who has a great career, who has nothing you want for nothing. I don't understand why people are being racist. And then when I called him out, like, hey, what affects you? Oh, no, nothing. What the fuck are you complaining about then?
There you go.
And it's the same thing with the Marvel thing. It's like, oh, this is terrible. They did She-Hulk dirty. Huh? I thought that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So it was funny, too, because I saw a comment.
Also, don't fucking watch it.
Somebody was like...
If you don't want to watch it, don't.
It's like, oh, you didn't know that She-Hulk was this, and this. And then somebody came out, well, that's because they switched writers, and that writer was terrible. Like in the comics or whatever. And I'm like...
There's been a million fucking comic writers.
I'm like, you're going to tell me that everything Stan Lee wrote was not controversial? Because I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure he made up the characters, or whichever ones he made up or wrote for. But it was like, yeah, after Stan Lee left the helm, everything became woke. In the 80s?
Stan Lee fucking created the XMen.
Listen, you ain't
which
tell
we're
me
talking
twice.
about full circle. Here it is.
There it is.
And we've said it, I'm pretty sure we brought it up in every fucking X-Men podcast episode we've done. Mm-hmm. The X-Men, to use the stupid ass fucking term woke, have been that since before the term existed.
Same.
Because they are the allegory for racism.
Same.
And sexism and transphobia.
Every phobia, right.
Every xenophobia, every fucking phobia. And I've seen people online like make the argument like, oh, well, if it's for racism, then how come most of the X-Men are white? Well, back in the day, if you had too many black characters, they wouldn't let you fucking send out a comic.
That's a fair
They had
assessment.
to fight to get Black Panther printed with a black lead.
Listen, you get no arguments
So
for
I
me.
mean, like, if you're like, oh, well, you can't make your racism allegory, well, just make them all white and make them fucking mutant freaks.
It's the same.
Well, we'll print that.
Hey, you know what? You know what it really is. It's like, and if I can assume, Stan Lee and the people who wrote the X-Men, they're probably like, ooh, like, this is me assuming. Never heard this. If we make them white, maybe white people understand what they're going through.
Clearly, that didn't happen.
Clearly,
that didn't happen. It didn't take. Didn't take.
Same. All right. Last thing I talked about was Jean. Mm-hmm. So I think it's you next.
I agree. I thought Jean was good in this movie. My next Cyclops. I liked him. I think I've enjoyed him in this series of movies because he wasn't in the first one. He wasn't in. Well, he was only in this one in Apocalypse.
His brother was in the first one.
Yeah, his brother had Havoc in the first two, and they decided to phase him the fuck out.
Yeah, I liked him. I think it was because he went on to that show. He was MacGyver. He did the MacGyver show. That's the only reason why I even knew him. I never seen the show, but I knew him, and I was like, "Why does he look so fucking familiar?" And then when we were watching, I looked it up. He's been MacGyver for like 6 seasons or something. It was like a young MacGyver or something.
I think Cyclops is cooler than Havoc anyway.
I don't, but I would like Cyclops to have on his original costume one time.
Yes.
That would be great.
I would love that.
With the yellow thing.
I would love that for any character in a fucking X-Men movie. To be fair, the first class through this one have done much better. They've all done much better about them having
all black.
Yeah, they at least had the fucking yellow and blue something.
They did.
Everybody had something in these movies.
I agree.
So I can't bitch about that. But I liked Cyclops in this one especially. I thought that
I didn't mind him
because once they got back from space, I mean, clearly since the last one, him and Jean have been a thing, and obviously they're a thing because it's fucking Cyclops and Jean. But they went to space, they came back, and he could tell something was up with her, whether she was letting on or not. And his whole thing was like, I just want to do what's best for Jean. I'm here for Jean. And then Magneto's like, I'm going to kill her. And he's like, you touch her and I'm going to fucking kill you. And he was the only one of the fucking X-Men that got through the blockade and got into that fucking mansion where they were trying to kill Jean. And also, I forgot to mention it when you said you like Jean. I liked when she fucking made Charles walk.
That was hilarious.
That was fucked up, and
it was good. Yeah, it felt. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because he was like, you can do anything you put your mind to. Show me. What? Walk up here and show me. Jean, you know I can't.
No, I can't.
You know I can't. She fucking gets him up out of that chair, and he was like just horrified the whole time. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was great. Like, it was kind of tough to watch, honestly, but I thought it was good.
She was powerful.
But yeah, I enjoyed Cyclops in this one.
He wasn't terrible
because James Marsden, he couldn't help it. He couldn't help the fact that he was in the movies and they wanted Wolverine to be the star, so they had to make him look like a dick.
Bad writing.
Because the Donut Lord is a good man, in my opinion.
He redeemed himself with Sonic. And also Superman. I liked him as Superman.
Okay, so. There you go. But yeah, he definitely redeemed himself in my eyes in Sonic and Sonic 2.
Facts.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked Cyclops in this one.
Did you say that Sonic 3 is not coming out to like 2024?
I saw that it's confirmed, though. It's like for sure.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean.
Was that what that was doing? I thought it was already confirmed. I thought they were just
but like they just like put a hard date on it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. It looks good. I'm excited. Yeah,
I don't know if Jim Carrey's going to be back, but
even if he isn't,
but John Ralphio's going to be back.
Hopefully, he just comes back.
Idris Elba's going to be back. He has to be. He was there at the end of the last one.
I'm excited for Shadow though.
They'd be stupid not to have him come back.
Yeah, facts. Unless they do somebody. I mean, they could do Kevin Michael Richardson. He'd be well.
Kevin Michael Richardson can do anything he wants to.
Honestly,
let me tell you.
Can he walk? Show me. No, I'm just.
He can.
I hope so. I was thinking about. I was like, what if he was?
I think he can.
Like, what if he's paralyzed and I'm over here making jokes?
The last thing I saw him in, he could walk.
Fair. All right, my next Magneto. I liked him in this. I don't know why, but I just, again, back to like him being a good actor. Michael Fassbender, he's always been good. Everything I've seen him in, he's been good. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to dress well this time because the other movies he was dressing to the nines, as they say. This one, he was cool. He is still powerful. When he stopped that helicopter blade, I was like, ooh, that was sweet. I don't know why, but it was like, that was sweet.
Because he was like overpowering Jean.
Yeah.
That was it. That took a lot out of him.
Oh, when he tossed it, which I was like,
okay, yeah, you meant that one, sorry.
Yeah, the first time he just stopped the blade, and like, because it was making a lot of noise, which is fair. Because helicopters take like 10 hours to stop.
Causing a lot of trouble in his neighborhood.
He was up to no good. But yeah, when he threw that helicopter, I was like, oh no, they're all gonna die. And then they took off. I was like, that's not how helicopters work. But okay. I was like, okay. I said that to myself. I was like, that's not how they work. But okay. All right, I'll let you have that one. And then when he brought that train out from underneath the ground.
Yeah.
Listen. But to be outdone by Jean herself, she picked up 4 different trains, spun them around for whatever reason, and then safely, like, put everybody in a protective bubble, and was like, well, "You guys are good."
Yeah,
I was like, oof. But Magneto, that was my thing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Him and Charles have been like the bright spot in every one of these movies since the first X-Men movie. In every X-Men movie I've seen, Charles and Magneto, no matter who's been playing them, have been amazing.
Fair.
In one way or another. I don't have any more likes.
I had 2 more.
Okay.
I got 1 more and then 1 more. Storm. Storm was a beast.
She was.
I liked her in this movie. I thought she was sweet. And I liked her hair. She got rid of that fucking mohawk. The mohawk wasn't bad. But again, I think them being older helped. It helped me at least. Because I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is better. She's not like 11. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how old she was, but...
Oh, I do have 1 more like, sorry.
That's it. Go ahead.
Okay. The... 1 bad day away from being back to where you started.
Bruh. Same.
Because that's exactly what happened.
It did. Literally.
Because wasn't it Raven, did Mystique tell him that? Mystique tell Charles that, or did someone else tell him that?
No, Charles told.
Oh yeah, he told her that. Yeah. 'Cause she was like, "Oh, you're dancing, putting on a show, this thing." He's like, "Well, because we have to show them that we're their friends. We have to show them that we are who we are, and that because I know that we're one bad day away from being right back to where we started, and that's what happens. Jean fucking kills some cops by accident or otherwise. It wasn't an accident. Kills them cops, and then next thing you know, your direct line to the president doesn't work anymore."
I thought that was hilarious.
Suddenly, those little kids in their blue face paint aren't there anymore.
Damn.
But most notably, your phone line to the president doesn't work anymore.
That was the main thing. When they cut the phone off. Oof,
yeah. Like, I need to speak to the president. Mr. Xavier, this line's no longer being service.
He's like, wait, I need to click.
Yep.
I was like, damn. It'd be like that too. I've called a phone company a time or two. It'd be like that.
I thought you were going to say the president.
Nah. I mean, we do all know each other. But I didn't really talk to Obama like that.
Oh. You're going to say Joe Biden.
We did it, Joe.
You don't vote for Joe Biden. You ain't black.
Hilarious. That was funny. Okay, I got one more.
Okay.
Stanley cameo. Where would he be?
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
He wasn't in it.
Mm.
I'll tell you why.
Well, they could throw it back to X3 and have him be a hose guy watering his lawn in Gene's neighborhood, but they didn't show anybody leaving their house in that fucking scene. I was gonna say where it could have been, but it turned out, I mean, it still could have been when Gene was disguising herself as an old person, as an old man at the bar. Yeah, that could have been it.
That's exactly who I.
Hilarious. Because as soon as the alien sits down, I was like, you can't fool me. And they turned, it's just fucking Gene. I was like, okay.
But that was sweet.
Yeah.
But also, I was like, I was not expecting that. I was like, why are they showing this old dude? And I was like, man, that could have been Stanley. Fuck. But unfortunately, I think that's the same year he died. That's the year they shot this. So, but yeah, I was like, there or when they were in France at the end, he was just in the background playing chess. You dropped this.
Here you go. They drop a piece and he looks down on it and says, "Don't make me come down there," and picks it up.
How's your mother?
The 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it.
Rip to the god. All right, let's get to some dislikes then. You want to go first or want me to go first?
Oh, you go.
I don't know if this is comic book accurate, but aliens?
Oh, there's tons of aliens in Marvel.
I'm not saying there's not.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Is this Dark Phoenix thing? Is this how it works?
I guess. I don't know. I never read the comic book story Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you.
The aliens threw me the fuck off. I was like, the fuck?
Same.
Again.
Honestly, same. I wasn't a big fan of them being aliens.
And here's the thing. Show me what they look like. I only got like shadows of what they look like.
You barely saw them, and they look like fucking Groot.
A little bit.
They kind of looked a little Grooty.
A little bit, but I wanted more.
Yeah.
I wanted more. If you're gonna give me aliens, give me aliens.
Yeah.
They were like sulking in the background. They're powerful. They don't need to do that.
Right.
No alien with that kind of power, knowing you would ever do that. So I was like, I don't know if I like the alien, but then seeing him die, that was great. That was fucking amazing. I was like, and then Jessica Chastain, I could have dealt without her too. Honestly, the whole alien subplot wasn't good enough for me.
I just thought it was weird.
And then they were like, hey, get everybody together, and then nothing came of that. Yeah. I was like, oh.
They were like, hey, our planet got destroyed by this force that we followed throughout space to try to control it somehow?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it didn't make any sense. Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
How are you gonna do that?
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah.
Because if you could just do it, why didn't you already do it?
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping you? Because you were there. Like, they showed a picture of them being there which was weird also. Like, They were just like here. The X-wing was here, and then like Jean was there, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought the whole aliens thing was kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So that's my first dislike.
My first one. Some of these blue mutants are not blue all the time. And I know that's the thing we already talked about in these previous movies. Mm-hmm. It still kind of rubs me the wrong way that Beast just like changes and changes back.
Like at will too.
At will.
Like he's a Hulk or something.
Mystique is blue
like twice.
Until she decides not to be. And she decides not to be around Charles.
That's
the
fair.
One person who she's like, supposed to be the most comfortable around with has known the longest. She's blue when they're setting out for the mission. She's blue in fucking space. They get back to the X Mansion in front of all the other fucking mutants that she turns back into Jennifer Lawrence. Literally right in front of all of them.
Facts.
And I was like, I get it. We know she's in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I know that they do it. They did it in the MCU where like we have to know that Tony Stark, that Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark, so his helmet comes up a lot. Or we see inside his helmet a lot.
Or Batman.
Or or Batman takes his fucking mask off most of the time. Or
Speaking of, that's something that I watched Cinema Wins that he pointed out on Homecoming. He said there was a lot of gripe online about Peter Parker keeping his mask on when he was in that when he got locked in the vault.
In the hangar.
Yeah,
I liked it because it's fucking Spider-Man.
And that's exactly. He was like, well, if he's expecting danger because he's locked in a thing. Why would he not? Why would he just be walking around without a mask? That would be stupid for him. And I was like, facts.
Also, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, his fucking mask shredded in all three of those goddamn movies.
The same way every time.
Also we saw him as Peter Parker a ton, so he didn't need to be reminded that he was Spider-Man under the mask because you fucking know who he is. But I get it; they like to show you a lot.
You ain't got to.
But I don't give a shit.
But yeah, in the Homecoming, he didn't take it off that often.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I know that is true though. They do take off their mask a lot in a lot of shit.
Yeah, because like in pretty much most of Endgame, Steve didn't have his mask on a lot, unless he was fighting himself. He even fucking took it off to fight himself. He had it on at the end.
No, he didn't have it on in the beginning. When he went back.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, no, he didn't. When he was in the elevator, he didn't have it on.
I thought he did because he had his 2012 suit on.
No, when he said
Hail Hydra?
Yeah, he didn't have it on.
I thought he did.
He was barefaced.
Oh no, yeah, he took it off.
He didn't have it on because in reality, because he had to have it on his stunt double, because the stunt double you had to have it on. So that's why he had his off.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was, told, or that's what I read or something.
But Chris Evans' mask comes off, and it's only a half mask anyway. He takes it off all the time.
Yeah, Batman takes his off all the fucking time.
If you're Tobey Maguire, your fucking mask falls half off your face half the fucking time, so you can see it's you. Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk when he does and doesn't. But even when he's the Hulk, he still looks a lot like fucking Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, recently. Well, Smart Hulk.
Carol Danvers barely has her mask on.
I would love if she just kept it on with the mohawk hair. I thought that was so. I'm in love with her, so I thought it was hot. I like big haircut.
Scott fucking Lang takes his helmet off a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, everybody does it, and I get it. It's part of it.
Yeah.
But Jesus fucking Christ.
We know who she is with the blue paint. It's fine.
Yeah. Also, they just made her a completely different shade of blue starting in the last one. She was dark blue in First Class and Days of Future Past.
Yeah, because you couldn't see her face because it was terrible.
Yeah, and then in Apocalypse and in this one, she was very light blue,
and it was still terrible
with a ton of little paisley things on her forehead. But
I think if I had to guess, I think the difference between her and Rebecca Romijn is they showed off Rebecca Romijn's body more than her face, because she barely was Rebecca. She was Rebecca Romijn twice, maybe. Yeah. I don't even remember her being herself until she became neutral, which was in the end of the third one.
Yeah, she spent most of the first movie being the fucking senator.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. Yeah, then the second one, she was Wolverine. She never was her. I don't think she ever took her makeup off. but they showed her body, and that's what they, at the time, that's what
Yeah.
they cared about. So I think in this one, they wanted to show more of Jennifer Lawrence's face and not be sexualized.
Which is fine.
Fine. I mean, yeah, fine. But yeah, I didn't. It was terrible makeup though. Like whatever was on her because if you think about Rebecca Romijn, hers was super dark and you could barely see her face. You couldn't make her out of a lineup if you had to. But with Jennifer Lawrence, it was like, oh, that's Jennifer Lawrence, and she put a little bit of foundation on.
Yeah, like she's blue Jennifer Lawrence. Cool.
That's it. Yeah. She had no discernible skills. She wasn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't do shit in this movie anyway. They killed
She
her.
died.
They killed her.
She did that pretty good.
Yeah.
Not really, actually. It's kind of a terrible death. But yeah.
But that was my first one.
I'm happy you explained who Dazzler was. Still didn't like it.
Fair.
The singing, I was like, what the fuck? I was so thrown off. And I put concert of who? Because I didn't know who it was. Mm-hmm. I was like, why is she singing? Then I was like, oh, she's not singing, she's lip singing. I was like, oh, they're trying to make it seem like she is singing? I was like, oh. I was really terrible. I thought it was terrible. I was like, I like everybody else using their powers. I didn't care about this. No, and honestly, if you look at the scene, no one else cared about that shit either.
Fair.
They all have their backs turned. I was like,
fair.
Facts.
I like that they put her in just to throw another mutant in.
That's fine.
But also, if you're just gonna throw another mutant in, you could have made it somebody even cooler. You could have made it fucking Jubilee.
That would have been sweet.
Could have.
Fair. Yeah. So that was my second dislike.
Okay. I didn't like how once Raven died, everyone's like, yeah, let's just fucking kill Jean. Magneto's like, oh, she has to die. And Beast is like, yeah, she has to die. Beast, what the fuck are you gonna do?
I thought it made sense. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do. But
Yeah, what the fuck do you think you're gonna do?
I think it was just emotion. I think them two were just emotional.
Fine. But I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way. Because, like, Beast was a fucking teacher.
Yeah, but that was the love of his life though.
He could have done better. He was a teacher. He taught Jean. Like, he was one of the people like that helped fucking raise her alongside Charles. And granted, yes, she killed somebody. It happens, I guess. In the world of superpowers, sometimes your fucking powers go haywire and you kill somebody. Sometimes they make laws about you, and sometimes they decide to just fucking kill you. Sometimes your old friends decide to just murder you.
That's fair. I liked it.
I don't know. I didn't care for it.
I would have tried to kill her.
I didn't care for
I would have died, but I would have tried. But that's fair. Yeah, I get it.
I didn't like it. Because they already had the fucking aliens were already the villains.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Even though no one had fucking like crossed them at that point.
No. And they didn't kill enough mutants. They needed to kill
Yeah.
a mutant or two.
The
They
aliens,
should've.
and also, I agree. I don't think the aliens did enough. They're like,
Yeah.
we killed Jean's dad. We killed the people whose appearances we stole.
Yeah.
Anybody could have fucking killed those people.
Honestly. And the way they killed him, I was like, okay.
Pick a mutant. They could have fucking killed them. Pick a mutant in this movie. They could have killed those fucking people.
I thought Nightcrawler was going to die at one point.
Honestly.
I was like, oh shit. But then I thought a couple people were going to die at a couple points. I was like, oh shit. There's some high stakes in this movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah. I thought the aliens could have done more.
Fair.
I thought I just didn't like that they were like, here's a group of villains that you see emerge from the shadows, and then you also have to turn some of the heroes also. I'm like,
Fair.
I don't know. I thought it was doing a lot.
I agree. I wrote this down as we were recording. Whatever happened to the Quicksilver father thing? They just never talked about that again.
No.
And then he wasn't even in the movie long enough, which kind of was a dislike for me. Quicksilver just kind of ate it.
Yeah, he didn't get a cool scene.
He didn't actually.
In all the movies that he's been in, except for the two other movies that he was in, he got a sweet ass fucking slow mo scene with some good music, and in this one he wiped the fuck out.
He did. They got fucked up. But yeah, he didn't come back. That kind of sucked.
Not till the end. Yeah. Like, hey, slow down. Safety first. Like, yeah, because you fucking road rashed yourself to death.
That's fair. Yeah, he could have. Honestly, see, that's the thing about the X-Men that I do like. The first trilogy. Each movie they brought in a lot more X-Men. Mm-hmm. I felt like in this quadrilogy, they were toning down as many X-Men. It's like in this last one, they were just like, it's just me and Nightcrawler and Cyclops
and Storm.
Or no, not Nightcrawler. He was like, it's just gonna be me. Yeah, no, he said Nightcrawler. It was like me and Cyclops, no one else. Transfers there and then come back. And Storm was like, no. And Cyclops was like, I'm not listening to this cripple dude. You're coming with me. And she was like, in the discussion, motherfucker. Yeah. Walk with that. And then it was 4 of them. That was it. Not enough X-Men for me. It wasn't a dislike, but I need more.
No, I call it a dislike.
Yeah, fair.
Because I
didn't write it down, I guess.
I mean, it would have been weird if in the final movie they were like, hey, here's a ton more characters.
That's literally what they should have done.
But if you're not going to do it, then when the fuck were you going to do it?
I mean, Endgame did it.
Because in X-Men First Class, you had... What'd you fucking have? You had Havoc, Banshee, Angel, Darwin, Mystique, Charles, Magneto, and...
Azazel.
The
other guy that was with Azazel.
Well, yeah, but I guess I was just going for strictly the
okay,
hero
okay.
X-Men characters and Beast. How many of them fucking came back in the next one? Havoc, Beast, Mystique, Charles, Magneto. Most of them didn't fucking come back. Havoc was in like a 5-second scene in the next one, and that was it.
Then he died.
And they didn't fucking touch him again.
Yeah.
And then...
But he died.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't kill him on that one. He showed up in Apocalypse because he brought Scott to the school, and then he didn't fucking come back.
Oh, Apocalypse was Sweet Dreams? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the second one. Okay, yeah. You're right.
So...
Oh, yeah, that was the one with Magneto. Okay.
And then in Days of Future Past, we had all these returning X-Men in the future. Mm-hmm. Plus, we had ones that weren't never in the old ones. We had like who was it? Like Blink, the Portal Girl. We had Warpath. We had fucking Sunspot. Mm-hmm. And then we got introduced Quicksilver. And then
they brought back Iceman.
They brought back Wolverine, Colossus, Kitty. And then in fucking Apocalypse, introduced Psylocke, introduced Angel / Archangel, introduced Nightcrawler into these movies, introduced Storm into these movies, Apocalypse himself. Like, just you introduce more characters in each one. Granted, some of them don't all return in the next ones, and then this one they're just like, here's
6.
Yeah, here's the ones that we showed you were the team at the end of the last one, and nobody else.
That's it.
Also, we're going to kill one of them. The boring one. That's fine. But also, we're going to give like one of the cooler ones who has had a great scene in the last 2 movies. We're not going to give him one.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. I agree. Not enough X-Men.
Facts.
Oh, and here's Dazzler. I know I liked it, but also, I know it was a like for me. But if that's the best you're going to do...
Yeah.
You can do better. Gambit is in play. Jubilee is in play.
They're all in play.
Everyone's in fucking play. Cable, fuck, I don't know.
Fair. Okay, any more dislikes?
Yeah, I think I have another one.
What you got?
Go ahead.
I'm done. That was it. I just had 3.
Fuck, I had one. I lost it.
Oh, sorry.
No. It's in there somewhere. Why didn't Jean need a fucking helmet when they were in space? Nightcrawler teleported into the shuttle without one to get all the people out, and then things started breaking apart.
Yep.
And then he went back with Quicksilver, or no, he went back with Jean. Quicksilver fucking
seal it all up.
Quicksilver duct taped a fucking helmet onto his head. Didn't do one to Jean. There were fucking gaping holes.
And what was Storm doing? There's no weather in space.
Storm can do that apparently.
We'll do what?
Do space weather.
But what was she doing?
She was freezing the like, I guess she was like freezing closed some parts of the ship.
Oh, okay.
But like when Nightcrawler fucking teleported Jean into that ship, she could look to her left and just look into space because they were just like half of that fucking shuttle was gone at that point.
Yeah.
And she was in there like
holding her breath.
Oh, I guess. But Nightcrawler needed a helmet. Jean didn't. I thought that was weird. Because I guess maybe it would look weird if the fucking Phoenix Force had to go through the helmet. I could have just blown it off. I don't fucking know. I thought it was weird at the time. I was like, why doesn't she get a helmet?
I thought that.
Do they only have one?
Maybe.
You bring 8 people into space, you bring one helmet? What kind of Operation Charles running here? Come on. Spend too much on those fancy glowing wheelchairs, that's what. Those fucking LED X's on the back of them. Get a helmet.
Right.
Get a fucking helmet in space.
Spent all that money on that third wheel.
Spent all that money on that fucking liquor in that school.
Yes. That was all these kids.
Dude, he had a bar in his office. He had a bar in the kitchen.
That wasn't even the real kitchen though. That was
he had like a kitchenette. Like he had a full bar in his office, and he had this like 4 bottles of liquor in that little kitchenette. And in X2, Wolverine's like, "You got any beer?" And Bobby's like, "It's a school." Charles drank it all. Apparently.
Charles Xavier School for the gifted, no beer.
Yeah.
Jean Grey School for the gifted.
Let's get fucked up. And there's no liquor in this. There's no liquor. There's no liquor in X2 because Charles drank it all. Charles was fucking toe up.
Wasted the entire time.
He got shit faced and then went to visit Magneto in jail, in plastic jail.
That's why he passed out. It's like, oh no, it's gas. Like, I'm cool with the gas. I'm about to eat. I'm fucked.
Don't let him match. Don't let him match. That was just liquor. That was alcohol vapor coming off of me.
Never trust a pretty girl,
especially one that's interested in you.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I have nothing. I have nothing for that. Honestly. Yeah. Slushie meter.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
2.75.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow.
I did not hate this movie.
That surprises me.
I enjoyed the shit out of this
Good
movie.
For you, honestly.
Yeah, I was like, this is great.
Good.
I was like, all the bad things I heard about it, where I'm excited to watch. Because we haven't watched it, I've been saving this like Dark Phoenix videos from the other people I watch on YouTube. I'm excited to see what they got to say, but for me, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I wish I'd have watched it when it first came out, because Jean by herself, this movie was great. I thought the movie was fucking fantastic. And I mean, Jean, Charles, Magneto, Nightcrawler, his whole thing. Like, there were too many good moments in the movie that the aliens didn't ruin it for me. Because honestly, I kept forgetting about it. I was like, oh shit, that's right, there's aliens. Because everything else was so fucking fantastic. I was like, yeah. And then the whole little Dazzler thing, like, I know it was a dislike, but like, I forgot about that. I was just like, who the fuck is singing? Shut the fuck up. We're trying to get drunk.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's right. Listen, Jean Grey was putting them back.
One more? No, 2 more.
2 more. I was like, God damn. But again,
these are both for me.
Damn, Kevin, are they even touching your tongue? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard the rapper, I knew it was over.
I found it largely fantastic. I was not upset about this movie, and I'm surprised more people don't like it. Okay. But either way, 2.75.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
That's fair.
And it's an X-Men movie, so I'm always going to enjoy at least some aspects of it. I knew we had a lot of likes. I like the X-Men.
Fair.
But I don't know. I just thought the movie was weak.
That's weird.
The villains didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Jean was, like, more powerful than them anyway. Especially at the end when they were all just fucking bum rushing her from all directions. She was just killing them. I was like, then what the fuck are you in there for?
That was great.
What the fuck are you even in there for?
That was great.
Like, I thought they were dumb. I thought the whole, like, oh, Raven's dead, Jean must die. I thought that was dumb. I don't know. I just thought it was. I just didn't think it was very strong.
That's okay.
There were some issues with me with Jean, like going to everybody for fucking help, and she went to I just thought the thing where she went to Magneto for help, and told him nothing, and I was like, "You kill people. How'd you stop?" And I was like, "Who said I stopped?" In my head, it's like, "Who said I stopped?"
Yeah, you did say that.
Who said I stopped?
He was just like, "I stopped."
Why'd you go
It
to
wasn't
Woodard?
helping me.
Yeah,
But I agree with that.
but also she didn't go. She killed one person by accident.
Kill is killing.
Yeah, but I was like, it wasn't like, "Oh, how'd you stop?" We only did it one time, so
But she was hurting people.
and you haven't done it since. So I think you've stopped so far.
To be fair, I think she said, she was like, "How did you stop hurting people?" And he was like, "Yeah, I killed some people." Okay. But then I stopped. Yeah. I think she was saying hurt, he was saying kill. That was the only difference, I would say.
And also, when did the fucking government give Magneto land to just live on? I don't remember that happening in any movie.
No, I just assumed it.
Because they just show up and he's like, "The government gave us this land." I was like, "Since when? Bitch, where?" Because apparently that's, according to the internet, that's the island of Genosha where mutants live. Because that's a place. Since when? Since where? When did that happen? Didn't.
Interesting.
Should have. Could have.
Shortened.
Shortened.
What part of short don't you understand? I don't know anything about the island of Genosha, but I just assume that the government was buddy-buddy with Charles, and Charles is going to look out for Magneto always. That's his friend. He was like, "Hey, listen, we're all good. We saved your lives like 8 times already. Give my guy some land." What I really thought, I thought Moira was coming back. That's what I was hoping. I was like, "Oh yeah, a little Batman, like a little Dark Knight thing, like Moira and fucking Bruce Wayne at the end or whatever, James McAvoy split at the end." I'm like, "Oh yeah, good old split,
The boy split."
my boy Wheels."
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna see her at the end. And to be fair, a lot of people like to say that Magneto and Charles Xavier are lovers, so that made sense that they would go
they
off
definitely
together.
care about each other.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
At least you have to care about somebody to an extent for something to be like, well, he killed some people. He killed a bunch of people. I won't hold it against him.
No, facts.
Magneto killed more people than Jean did on purpose.
Yeah. To be fair, they killed his wife and daughter.
I know.
They deserved it.
I know.
Everybody deserved it who died.
But
I don't know about everybody in the steel mill.
But Beast wasn't immediately like, let's kill Eric. He's a killer.
He didn't kill anybody he loved.
How you know he didn't love the people in that steel mill?
Beast said, "I don't love these hoes. Fuck it. I love this hoe. My blue hoe."
Could have done better.
Fair. I get it though. It makes sense. I'm not mad at your score at all. I don't know. May have to watch it again, but
I could bump it to a 3.
Don't bump it to a 3. You're good.
I could bump it to a 3 just for love of the X-Men. But I don't know. The movie just didn't hold up for me.
That's fair.
I remember when I watched it the first time, I was like, it can't be as bad as everyone says it was. I don't think it was as bad as everyone said it was. I think it's definitely the weakest X-Men movie that was made. But I still enjoy it. I enjoyed it for being the X-Men. But I just felt like I couldn't give it a higher score.
I will give you... Man, I don't know. X-Men 1 was kind of terrible. Yeah, I don't know either. I just said it. I don't know if I believed it though.
I just watched it again, within the last 2 weeks. And
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
told me
I'm
that.
still liking this. I know nostalgia's a motherfucker.
It is.
Because let me tell you, can I tell you something about this thing that I saw on Facebook?
Yeah,
I'm a
please.
member of a Marvel meme page. I don't make them, I just look at them.
Sorry.
They're doing a tournament, a movie bracket tournament.
Mm-hmm.
This bracket is fucking uneven. In the first matchups, Endgame versus Black Widow.
To be fair, the way brackets work, it's like, let's say there's 16 teams. One always goes against 16. So one is always going to go against the worst team in the bracket, to be fair.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Because the way they do it, like, okay, if you think about so let's say the NCAA tournament, which is basketball, right? There'll be 4 number ones, and then they go by north, south, east, west. All the number ones get their own bracket because of what they want to happen. They want all the number ones to face at the end. That's how it should work. So the ones, you know, in their own bracket, one is going to be 1 versus 2. And then when one wins, they're going to go against a 1 from this bracket. Mm. And so that's how it's supposed to be. It never works out that way because of, you know, upsets and shit like that. But it's always going to be uneven at first, to be fair.
But here's the first ones. Infinity War versus Age of Ultron. Which, as we just learned recently, everyone fucking apparently hated Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Days of Future Past versus X-Men 2.
That's tough. I would go X-Men 2.
Yep, so would I. It didn't win. Black Panther versus the Avengers.
Black Panther.
Avengers won.
I get why Avengers won.
Yeah.
But Black Panther.
Logan versus Deadpool.
Oh, come on.
You know who won.
I know who won.
Yep.
Fucking
Logan.
Stupid.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness versus the first Iron Man.
Iron Man's gonna win, but
it did.
After just watching Multiverse of Madness,
I'll tell you which one I'd rather sit down and watch right now.
Jim was.
It could go either way.
Jim was in Multiverse.
Honestly, it could go either way, and I've seen Multiverse more recently, but I'd still rather watch that again.
Yeah.
Spider-Man versus Ant-Man.
Spider-Man what?
Spider-Man.
The first one?
Yep.
Versus Ant-Man?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Ant-Man. I'd probably go Spider-Man, though.
Spider-Man 1.
I think I would go Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange.
Unfortunately.
The first Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man 3.
First Doctor Strange. Spider-Man 3.
Doctor Strange 1.
No, I would definitely go Spider-Man 3.
And then Thor versus Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2 better win.
It did.
Oh, okay.
That's the first side of the bracket.
Ooh.
The other side is No Way Home versus Guardians 2.
I mean, I'll take No Way Home.
Yeah, it did. Shang-Chi versus Blade.
Ooh. Damn. Motherfucker's trying to ice skate uphill. I'm going to go... Are we doing Blades?
We can.
We should. We
can.
Just for Triple H.
We can. If we can find it somewhere to watch, yeah.
Oh, it's on HBO Max, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it just came on HBO Max.
This is the last one that they've actually finished the things for.
The Shang-Chi one?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't remember Blade, so I'm going to go Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi 1, which surprised me. I figured nostalgia would carry Blade through.
Blade is tough, though.
Yeah. And then after, none of these other ones have been finished yet. Ragnarok versus Spider-Verse. I know what I would pick.
That's tough. That's tough, though.
I know what I would pick.
You pick Spider-Verse?
Yes.
That's tough. I love Spider-Verse. Ragnarok is
good.
Hella was kind of sweet. I like Hella. We should do Ragnarok. We should just... Anyway, yeah.
Then after that's Homecoming versus Winter Soldier.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Same.
All day.
Same. As much as I do love Spider-Man, it's Winter Soldier. First Class, X-Men First Class versus Civil War.
Civil War.
Yes.
For sure.
Same.
100%.
Far From Home versus Captain America First Avenger.
Oh, Far From Home.
Far From Home.
100%.
Same. Guardians of the Galaxy versus The Amazing Spider-Man.
The main Spider-Man.
Same.
Not even thinking about it.
Same.
Sorry.
Guardians of the Galaxy is good, but
Don't
for
care
me,
about
it's
it.
Andrew.
You gotta give it to me.
And then Black Widow versus Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame.
Which is going to put Endgame against Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm sorry, Andrew, but it's Endgame.
Fair.
It's Endgame.
That's fair. But yeah, Black Widow's gotta go.
That's the last one of their thing.
Ooh. What was that third one from the last that you said that wasn't done yet? I didn't pick it. I didn't pick one. I got to pick it.
Oh, Ragnarok versus Spider-Verse?
Yeah. Hey. I'm going to go with Spider-Verse.
Yeah, see, I'm going Spider-Verse.
Go
I have to.
Spider-Verse.
It's great.
What was the one before that? Did I pick that one?
Blade versus Shang-Chi.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because some of them, I was like, this is easily going to win, and some of them actually did surprise me.
Yeah.
I knew Spider-Man 2 was going to win over Thor. I was like, first off, that's a horrible fucking matchup because the first Thor is kind of dry.
Terrible.
And 2, everyone remembers Spider-Man 2 being better than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it was going to win.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 was good. Dr. Ock?
Yeah.
Otto Octavius?
Only they did more of them because the next thing's going to be Spider-Man 2 versus Doctor Strange. And you know Spider-Man 2 is going to win.
Easy.
And it's Iron Man versus Spider-Man.
Easy.
So it's either going to be Iron Man or Spider-Man versus Spider-Man 2.
Easy. For me. Iron Man is great, but it ain't that great. I can care less. Honestly, the first half of Iron Man, I didn't give a shit about him being in the cave. I understand what he did in the cave. I understand it was part of his arc. I don't give a shit. It's so fucking boring. It's not that funny. He gets out. I honestly, I get what Iron Man did, but once he comes back, love it. From that point on, then he gets thrown through the bus, then the icing problem on it, love it. Love every minute of that. But the very first beginning, before he gets blown up, hilarious. But I'm good.
Yeah, that's just something I wanted to share with you and see what your thoughts were on everything.
We should do that.
A tournament episode?
We should do a tournament episode.
Rip off the New Day podcast, tournament episode?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know, there's only 2 of us, so it's either going to be a lot of draws, a lot of coin flips, or a lot of just...
If it comes to a draw, we could roll some dice or something. Or I don't know, something. Flip a card, pick a card, any card. Either way. Something. We'll figure it out.
I just thought that was something that I thought you would enjoy.
I did enjoy that. That's interesting because I can see I think about stuff like that all the time. I love those little things that come up. We're like, who against who? And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, they're gauging it like.
It's not Batman. Batman never wins these things. Okay, guys.
Yeah, because this one's strictly Marvel, and there were definitely some. I mean, obviously they didn't put every movie on there.
No.
I don't know why they picked like usually the first movie of a like series.
Because they like to think that the first movie is always the best.
But they put all 3 fucking Tobys on there.
Fair.
And they put all the Tom Hollands on there.
But did they put Amazing Spider-Man 2 on there?
Nope.
Oh, Injustice. Not the video game either.
No.
Interesting. Yeah, I think about that all the time. Like I told you, I saw the one where they're like, oh, skill for skill, like no weapons, and they're like just fights. And it was like Bruce Wayne, like no gadgets, no nothing. And it was like Bruce Wayne, Daredevil, Black Panther, somebody else, and I was like,
oh yeah, like how many people would he beat or something?
Yeah. I was like, or like who would win, like between like out of all of them. And I was like, Captain America was on there too. And I was like, Super Soldier versus Bruce Wayne? Okay.
I may be biased because I do think Batman's cool, but I think Marvel's cooler. Batman versus Daredevil. He can hear and smell everything.
I agree.
That you're gonna like.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what you're doing, baby.
Listen, Batman is the least of my problems.
And also, if you take away Batman's costume for intimidation, which also doesn't work because he's fucking blind, and it's just 2 dudes in a room.
Yeah.
Daredevil can fight.
He beats my ass.
Yeah. He fights fucking ninjas. Yeah. Oh, Batman's ninja. Daredevil fights ninjas on the regular.
Okay. Which makes him a ninja by proxy.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes. He fights ninjas on the regular, And he'd probably take Bruce's ass to court afterwards.
Facts. Sue his ass for $1 billion.
Back to the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah. Yeah, but just when I see those, I'm like, well, Batman's never winning. So.
No, but you know there would be people who would tell you any certain number of ways that Batman would win.
I've seen it already, and I'm like, dude, Batman doesn't win. I don't even care. Here, let's go with he knows every single Martian. I don't give a fuck because he can know it. He can be great at it, but somebody's better.
When you throw a punch at Captain America's fucking chiseled jaw and your hand breaks,
he's a super soldier.
What good is your fucking? What good are your martial arts? It's gonna be like Deadpool when I think it's in the first Deadpool when he fights fucking Colossus. He breaks both his fucking arms.
Yeah.
And he's like, all the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex, and he does like a fucking spin kick and breaks his fucking leg too.
Because he's like this.
Yeah, like his arms are like all dangly. Yeah.
Facts. No, fair. I agree. Fucking stupid. I hate it. And I love Batman. I really do.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I think he's cool. I also think he's lame at the same time in some instances. But like, it's Batman. It's Batman. He's still pretty cool.
Either way.
But he can't beat everybody.
He can't. He can barely beat Catwoman.
Because honestly,
see, and that's my thing too. You're like, oh, Batman is this, Batman is this. He lost to a question. Okay, he lost to the Riddler. He lost to Scarecrow, which mind-inducing and all this other great. He lost to Penguin, the exploding Penguin. Like, he didn't win all those fights. He didn't even fight some of these people. I don't think he ever punched Penguin. He probably punched Penguin, but Penguin never punched him. You're gonna tell me he's gonna beat? Like, how many times Batman gets punched in the face? Not often. You're gonna tell me Captain America can't get him? Okay, I think he could. Let's see what that chiseled chin looks like on the back of his hand. Like, come on, bro. No, I don't care. And they're like, well, then somebody was like, well, Black Panther, he can't take the herb. Fuck you. It's in his system, you idiot. They take it away from him when he's fighting for his throne. He has it every other time.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, at least in the movie, he doesn't have his powers when they're fighting
for his throne. Other than that,
he already knows how to fight.
He knows how to fight, but I'm saying he has his herb power. You can't take that away. You take his suit away, fine. You can't take damage, but you can't take away his herb because that's a part of him at all times. That's like saying, well, you gotta take Captain America's super serum away. That's stupid.
You gotta take away Peter Parker's spider powers.
Yeah,
Batman's gonna beat his ass into the ground.
Well, Batman's better. No, then he can't know every fucking martial arts thing. Then, you fucking idiots. Like, don't give him prep time. Fuck you.
Yeah, you can't.
And the funny thing is, I thought about this. Maybe you said this.
Yeah, I was like, why does he need it?
Either you said it or maybe I said it or somebody. I was like, why does he need it? But also, do other superheroes not have prep time?
Yeah, that was me. That was me. I was like, if Batman gets it, why does no one else get it?
Right. Or everybody's just like, can't wait.
They don't read the email.
Till tomorrow.
Batman's like, all right, I'm going to fight this fucker in a week. Got him.
Wait, who are you? Yeah. You didn't read my email? I skimmed it.
You'll pay the price for your insolence, Parker.
Right. Like, come on, man.
And you're like, well, you're still not going to land a punch on me because I can predict what you're going to, because I know when you're going to swing. And I'm just going to, like, dodge it.
Yeah, facts. We've seen the show.
Like 2 hits and I'd probably put you down.
Yeah. We've seen it. You lost to the Joker. He didn't punch you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me he's big, strong, whatever, and then loses a Catman.
Well, Joker doesn't know karate, but he knows crazy.
All right, we're out of here.
Yeah, I think once we start talking about Batman, we just need to end it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because we'll just keep going.
At least we haven't talked about Batman in a long time. First, 5 episodes, it was Batman.
All we did was talk about Batman.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we did.
We still don't watch the fucking Batman movie.
Not one.
Nope.
Well,
no, we did the Batman. We did the Batman.
Oh, we did do the Batman, which is also still a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Go see it.
It was good.
It was a good movie. I might watch it again. Again. Maybe.
Also, he got his ass beat through that movie.
He was getting his ass whooped, which I can appreciate. That's why I liked him. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, because
he could take a punch, but
Yeah.
he's getting punched.
he kept fighting, but he got fucked up.
He was a good Batman. He was detective. He was detecting some shit.
He was detecting.
Yeah.
He was detecting.
I might watch that again. But either way, all right, let's be done with this. That was X-Men Dark Phoenix, guys.
What's next? We doing Deadpool?
Yeah, let's do Deadpool.
Then Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
Then if we have time, Logan.
we'll have time. Just I do want to watch it again.
I'll watch it, but I'll complain the whole time.
Damn right.
No,
maybe we could do Logan next, and then do Deadpool, just so
as
we're
a treat.
Yeah.
We're getting through Logan.
Yeah.
Reward yourself.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah.
That way, instead of like, oh wait, we get to watch 2 good movies, and then the one that I'm making myself watch, you can make yourself watch. And then reward yourself with the 2 good movies.
I think I'm gonna give Logan a 3.5. I can feel it. So I don't think it's terrible. I never said the movie was terrible.
3.5 is a positive score.
It's just not, I wouldn't want it for my birthday.
It's no Birds
How
of
about
Prey.
that?
It's no Birds of Prey, I'm sure.
Fair.
We'll see.
I wouldn't want a gift wrap for my birthday. That's for damn sure.
What about in a bag? With like some tissue paper?
No, not even then.
What if they took you out for ice cream? The following week.
Now we're talking.
But someone recognizes you and you don't want to acknowledge it. Sorry, that's it.
I love it. That was the best day of my life. I wasn't even there. It was the best day of my life. Oh, Tracy. I don't even know her name.
Same.
But
My mom did.
you remember? Okay, we're just fucking around at this point. Yeah, check us out sometime. We'll watch Logan at some point, and then yeah. All right, guys. This has been Keith,
And this has been Chris.
and we'll see you tomorrow. Next time, unless you're listening to this later than tomorrow.